Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I post Monday through Saturday, and today in this video I'm going to do a movie review because I haven't done one in like 2 months, and I thought why not do one? And I'm going to dedicate this video to I'm going to review Ferdinand, and I'm going to dedicate this video to my brother's girlfriend because she had me watch this movie with her because it's based off of her favorite book from her childhood, and I thought why not just dedicate it to her. So I hope she's watching this, and I'm going to get started. So Ferdinand is loosely based off of a book by Monroe Leaf about this bull named Ferdinand, who is voiced by John Cena, who likes to sit under a cork tree and smell flowers. And one day he sneaks into the village when he's left at home on accident. And when he's in the village, he goes to sit down, but he accidentally sits on a bee, causing him to make a mess and ruin the entire festival, and he's captured and mistaken for a wild animal, and he befriends all these animals in this new ranch he goes to, and they try to help him get back home to where he lives. Okay, so to start off, I love Ferdinand. It's such a cute movie. I saw it twice. I saw it for the $1 movies, and I watched it with my brother's girlfriend, and it is such a cute movie. I loved it so much, and again, it is based off of a book, and I do have a book called Ferdinand the Bull, and I do have a video of me reading Ferdinand the Bull, which I also dedicated to my brother's girlfriend, and I will link that video in the description box down below. If you guys have not seen that already, you should definitely check that out. It is, I thought it was such a cute movie. I really enjoyed that it had a lot of comedy in it. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the plot. One thing I really liked about it is like they added more characters in the film, because if you read the original story of Ferdinand, sorry if I haven't given it away for those who haven't seen it, Ferdinand only had 2 main characters in the book, which are like the Matador and Ferdinand, obviously. But one thing I liked is that they added more characters, which I thought was pretty cool, because like usually I don't know if this will make any sense, but the more characters you have, the more you'll be guided through the story. I hope that made sense. Let me know in the comments down below if that made any sense. Because now I'm going to get on to the director. Sorry, that was a little long. This was directed by Carlos Saldanha. I don't know if I pronounced it right. Saldanha. I think that's how you say it. If I didn't pronounce it, please let me know down in the comments below. And I'm pretty familiar with some of his work. Like, he directed Ice Age, The Meltdown, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, Rio, Rio 2, and Robots. I love those movies. Those are some of my favorite movies. I love Ice Age. A lot of you guys know I love Ice Age. Okay, so now, next thing I'm going to talk about is the characters, and I'm going to start off with the animals. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can so this doesn't get too long and you guys don't get bored. So I'm going to start off with Ferdinand. I really like Ferdinand. I like how he's a sweet, gentle bull, and he always likes to be himself no matter what. Like I like how he doesn't want to fight or hurt anybody in any way, and I love the fact that he just likes to be himself and just do whatever he wants, which is just sit under a cork tree and smell flowers, because that's what he pretty much did in the original book, and I'm sorry if I didn't give it away for those who haven't seen it. And I really love that he's so gentle, and then I like the fact how he does everything he can to prove that he's not a monster. And he's a bull, and he's voiced by John Cena, and John Cena I recognize from Trainwreck, and I heard John Cena is actually a wrestler, and honestly, fun fact, I had no idea he was a wrestler until I looked it up. And next character I'm going to talk about is Valiente. Okay, so Valiente is one of the bulls from Ferdinand's calf hood. So one thing I don't like about him is like he constantly torments Ferdinand and tries to get him to fight, even though Ferdinand doesn't want to fight, and that's what really makes me sad. But I like how later on, when Ferdinand goes to save him, he has a change of heart about him, and I really like that. And he's also a bull, and he is voiced by Bobby Cannavale, and Bobby Cannavale, I am not familiar with him in anything else but this movie. Next I'm going to talk about Bones. Bones is like another bull. He at first also doesn't like Ferdinand because he thinks he's kind of weird because he won't fight the other bulls or play with them. But I like how later on when he gets I like how later on he has a change of heart when he sees Ferdinand for who he really is. Instead of like treating him badly like he always did, and he has a change of heart. And he's voiced by Anthony Anderson, and Anthony Anderson, I recognize him from Big Mama's House, and he plays a character named Nolan, and then he's in The Kangaroo Jack, which I love, and he plays Lewis, and he's also in the movie Hoodwink, which I also love, and he voices the Bill Stork. Next I'm going to talk about Guapo. Guapo is another character from one of Ferdinand's friends from his calfhood. I like how he also at first thinks Ferdinand's weird too, and he's a Scottish bull. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry, wrong bull. Sorry. I like how he at first thinks Ferdinand's weird, but then he has a change of heart for when he sees him who he really is. And he's also a bull, and he's voiced by Peyton Manning. And Peyton Manning, I'm not familiar with him in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about Angus. Angus is a Scottish bull. I like how he constantly has his hair over his eyes so he can't see a thing. Like he'll go to talk to someone straight in their face, but he'll end up like talking in their butt or something. It's kind of funny. And I also love the fact that he's constantly trying to hit something, but he can't see anything due to the fact of all the fur that's in his face. And he's also a bull, and he's voiced by David Tennant. And David Tennant, I recognize him from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and he plays Barty Crouch Jr. Next, I'm going to talk about Lupe. One thing I like about Lupe is I like how she becomes kind of like Ferdinand's first friend when he goes to a new place, and she constantly likes to make sure he's okay, and she'll help him out, and she'll watch over him, and she immediately considers him her new BFF, and I find it funny how she constantly is quite a comedian. Like she's constantly making jokes throughout the film, and I think it's super duper funny. And she's a goat, and she's voiced by Kate McKinnon. And Kate McKinnon, I recognize her from Finding Dory as a character named Stan's wife. Next, I'm going to talk about Paco. One thing I like about Paco is I like how at first he's kind of annoyed with Ferdinand. Like he'll constantly like get irritated with him, like what he does, and he finds him super annoying, and he like acts like he doesn't care about him. But later on, when Ferdinand gets into trouble, he alerts, he tells him to run away, and then he notices like him somewhere, and he'll like warn his owners about like where he is and everything, and like he constantly cares about Ferdinand, even though he doesn't like to show it, even though his tail wags a lot to show him, wags a lot, which shows that he's happy around Ferdinand, which I think is really cute. And he's a dog, and he's voiced by Jared Carmichael, and Jared Carmichael I recognize from Neighbors as the character Garf. Next I'm going to talk about Una. One thing I like about Una is I like how she constantly roots for Ferdinand and tells him to be, and does everything she can to help him, and with the help of her brothers. And I like how she goofs around with messes around with the humans. And then I like how she just cares for Ferdinand and helps him out along with her brothers and does everything she can for him. And she is a hedgehog, and she's voiced by Gina Rodriguez. And Gina Rodriguez, I'm not familiar with her in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about dos. And funny thing is, like, una, dos, cuatro, that is actually Spanish for numbers. Numbers. I'm sure a lot of you guys obviously knew that if you know this movie, if you've seen this movie. Dos, he is Una's brother. One thing I like about him is, like, he's helping Una a lot with Ferdinand, and she's comforting him and everything. He's helping her comfort him and everything, and he likes to mess around with Una and like jokes around. He makes a lot of jokes, which is pretty funny. And he is also a hedgehog, and he's voiced by Daveed Diggs. And Daveed Diggs, I'm not familiar with him in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about Quattro, and he is also Una's brother. One thing I find funny about Quattro is he has an obsession with this solar dancing flower, which is kind of funny. Like, he'll carry it everywhere, and he wants to he wants to take it everywhere, and he says it gives him the happies, which is kind of cute. And I love that fact that he also helps Una and Dos with everything, and he'll do whatever he can to also help Ferdinand, and I really like that about him. And he's also a hedgehog, and he's voiced by Gabriel Iglesias, and I recognize him from the movie Show Dogs as Sprinkles the Pug. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the humans. I really like the character Nina. I really like how she loves Ferdinand, and she takes such good care of him, treats him as if he were her own pet. And I like how she has like such a strong friendship with Ferdinand, like how she raised him, and then she has so much fun with him, and does everything she can for him. I think that's very sweet. And she is voiced by Lily Day, and she grew up with Ferdinand. Like, she worries about him so much, like even if he's like taken away from her, she gets very sad. And she's voiced by Lily Day, and Lily Day, I'm not familiar with her in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about Juan, who is Nina's father. He is a florist. He sells flowers. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what a florist is, but I'm just explaining it just anyway. And one thing I like about him is I like how he and Nina take care of Ferdinand and treat him as a pet, and they do everything they can for him, and they love him and give him a good home and adopt him after they find him, and they help, and they make sure he's all right and everything, and then when they find he's taken away, they're all super sad. And he's voiced by Juanes, and Juanes, I have no idea. I have not seen him in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about Moreno. Moreno is the owner of the place that Ferdinand's new home, and he owns a bunch of bulls, and he tries everything he can to get them to fight and stuff. And I like the fact that he works really hard to get the bulls to fight, and he will do whatever he can, because I think getting the bulls to fight will fight for a matador will make him money. And I like how at first he does everything he can to get Ferdinand to fight, but then later on he understands that he sees who Ferdinand for whom he really is, and he realizes that Ferdinand doesn't want to fight, and he doesn't force him to fight anymore. And he's voiced by Raul Esperanza, and Raul Esperanza, I'm not familiar with him in anything else but this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about El Primero. One thing I don't like about El Primero is, like, he wants a bull to fight, and then he chooses Ferdinand, but he tries as hard as he can to get him to fight, but Ferdinand refuses. And then he tries, like, as hard as he can to force him to fight, which I don't like, and he torments him and taunts him, and I really hate that about him, and it's really sad because, like, he's not realizing that Ferdinand doesn't want to fight at all. But then after he sees Ferdinand refusing to fight, he gives up and lets him win. And he's voiced by Miguel Silvestre. I don't even know how to say his last name. And I'm not familiar with him in anything else this movie. Next, I'm going to talk about the setting. This takes place in Spain. And one thing I really like how Spain looks. I've seen movies that take place in Spain. And actually, my brother went to Spain for a couple months a few years ago, and he said it was really cool. And I've never been to Spain, but I've seen it in pictures, and I think it's really beautiful. And it's, like, amazing. I like how the houses look in Spain. I love the beautiful land and stuff like that. Spain has such beautiful land. Even if it's like computer animated, it's still really cool. And I just love all the houses in Spain and everything. It's just really cool how they make the houses in Spain. Okay, so I would recommend Ferdinand to anybody who loves a good story, because this is such a good story, and and this also has such great characters. I would recommend this to anybody who loves movies that have great characters, and this is also based off of a really cute book. And again, if you have not read that book, you have to read it. It is so cute. And again, my video of me reading that book will be linked in the description box down below. And I would also recommend it to anybody who loves movies based off of cute kids books, because this is based off such of a cute kids book, and it's just so cute whatsoever, and I just hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so that was my review on Ferdinand. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post Monday through Saturday, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye!